It is a poem in the book First Flight, prescribed for CBSE Class 10 NCERT. I have made all the all the feelings which can be categorized into coldness, into in blue color. You can see insensitive, lack of feelings; coldness, rigidity, lack of feelings; intolerance, lack of feelings; indifference, coldness, and cruelty. These are all in one category. This is ice. So these are all those feelings which can ruin somebody's life, or they can ruin earth, or they can ruin entire humanity. And what is the basic root thing in them? The root thing is that we are lacking in our feelings, we are lacking in our empathy with somebody, we do not understand what the other person's problem is. So this harshness of heart is very destructive. In the same way, the other category is greed, avarice, lust, fury, and conflict. In all these things, what common thing is there is that you are self-centered, you are demanding something, and you, in this demand, in this lust, in this desire, you forget that the other person, you forget the benefit of the other person. You become self-centered, and you might be angry because you want to prove that you are right, and it's your world, it's your way. When this happens, then all these qualities, they are bending on desire, and I have categorized them into the red color, which indicates fire. So I am again categorizing them. Desire is, it further leads to greed, desires lead to avarice, lust, conflict, and fury. Hatred leads to cruelty, intolerance, rigidity, insensitivity, coldness, and indifference. So what keywords we'll be using is desire and hatred, and desire will be symbolized by fire in this chapter, in this poem, and hatred will be symbolized by ice. Ice refers to coldness. So now I'm going to take the poem further. This is the poem. Some say the world will end in fire. Now there's a Christian mythology which says that one day or the other, entire world is going to end. And that day is known as Judgment Day or the Doomsday. And it is said that once this day, Doomsday, comes, after that Judgment Day will come. Doomsday means ending. On the day of judgment, it will be the next day after Doomsday. All the people who have already died, who are in their graves, they will come out, and there will be a declaration, there will be a decision about whether they should be put into hell or into heaven. Before that, the common and constant point of concern for the world is how the world is going to end. Definitely the world is going to end, but how is that end going to be brought upon? To this question, Robert Frost has given us two answers. One answer is fire, the other answer is ice. So I begin again. Some say the world will end in fire. So there are some people who favor that world is going to end in fire. It may be physical fire. The symbolic form of fire is all those feelings, all those destructive feelings. I have given them desire or destructive elements caused by emotions of desire, like greed, avarice, lust, conflict, or fury. He says if these things are prevalent and they continue to remain prevalent in humans, they are going to bring the entire world to an end one day. So these are those people who favor that world is going to be ended by these feelings of destruction. The other people say that it is going to end in ice. These people favor that people have amongst themselves the feelings of hatred, and such are the destructive elements of hatred. These can be cruelty, intolerance, rigidity, insensitivity, coldness, or indifference. So these people say that the world is going to end in ice due to hatred. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. He says even I have seen that desire is very destructive. And because that is experience of my own life, this is being said by a poet, he says I too agree that world will come to an end by the means of fire. But if it had to perish twice, he continues to give us this statement. Now as such, it is not possible for a thing which is destroyed to destroy again. Destruction means complete end. But it seems true that this world is so great, it might not be sufficient for one thing to eliminate it or to destroy it properly. So possibly it would require one more chance to perish properly. This kind of statement, which logically isn't true, but it seems that it is possible somewhere, it is called a paradox. So but if it had to perish twice, in case, I think I know enough of hate. He says I have experienced enough of hate in my life, and if there is something that is left on earth, hatred would be enough to destroy it. To say that for destruction ice is also great. So he says even I would like to put this forth, that if we talk about destruction, ice is also a very very great idea, is a great enough a power, and it would be sufficient it would be sufficient to bring end to this world. So this is Robert Frost's view that world has to end all. Either it is going to end in fire, and if fire is not sufficient, ice will definitely finish it. So that was a poem. I'll be taking poetic devices quickly. Alliteration, repetition of same sound in the beginning of a word. Some say favor fire. Enjambment is when we read a poem and we see that we have to read two lines to make complete sense of the idea of. It seems that one sentence completes when you are reading more than one line. So here, from what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. The thought gets complete when full stop comes at the end of the second line. So when one line continues to the next line without the use of any punctuation marks, and the meaning extends to the end of the second line, we say enjambment is used. So it is extensively used here. Symbolism is one object is taken as symbol of something else. Fire symbolizes desire. Desire further symbolizes various other feelings, and all these feelings are going to be responsible for the end of the world. He doesn't talk about fire physically. In the same way, ice. He doesn't talk about coming of ice age physically, but he talks about the destructive elements caused by the emotions of hatred. Hatred symbolizes cruelty, intolerance, and all such feelings. Then contrast. The poem has a beautiful contrast of use of the words, or you can say symbols, of fire and ice. One side we can imagine that the world is getting destroyed by fire, and the other side we imagine it is getting destroyed by the symbol of ice. These contrasting symbols, they have a common purpose of action, which is destruction of the world. So it's a beautiful use of contrasting symbols done by the poet to bring about his idea very clearly. Then paradox, I have explained you, a statement that is logical but it seems untrue. So if you read, yes, it is possible, but it cannot happen. This kind of a statement is called paradox. Imagery, when you can visualize the burning or stiffening effect of fire as well as ice happening in the poem, we say visual imagery has been used. When we read the poem, we talk about fire and the destruction that it can cause. That is use of imagery. The poet provides and deals with two possible causes for the end of the world. Every human action is based on either love for someone or hatred against someone else. You can think about any feeling that we can talk about. Either it will be based on love for somebody, desire for somebody, or hatred for somebody. You can try any action, anything that we do, it will fall into either category. For him, fire denotes deep passion and burning desire, and ice is highlighted for its cold-hearted and hatred side of emotions. He favors both the arguments and says that either the deep burning passion or the cold hatred and jealousy factor will push the people to walk on the path of destruction. In case fire fails, ice will end the world. The love that people have for one another might turn into hatred one day. In the race of climbing up and out to do one another, people will tend to hate each other, and these negative emotions will become so strong that it will surpass all the love and lead to the destruction of humanity. So this is what you can say, what is preferred. I've given this content, you can memorize it and put it directly in your papers. It is well written. Well, that was all from my side. This was a very short and interesting poem, Fire and Ice. You need any other help, please contact me on the given details. Thank you and have a nice day.